All right, welcome to the 100-day live guitar practice streams. We are now at day 30, so that's another, little milestone for me. So I'm really proud of that. And anyways, thank you for joining my journey. And as I invite you to follow along, maybe you'll learn some tips, some little practice exercises, that I demonstrate and that I show, things like that. So, and throughout this journey, let's just see how much we can improve. And let's go ahead and get right into it. So today we're going to practice some hammer-ons, pull-offs, and then hopefully get into some slide walks there towards the end. But first, let's go ahead and start with the hammer-ons and pull-offs. Unfortunately, the last stream cut out. I was about 20 minutes in, and it cut out and said it was only recording, the first like 45 seconds of it or something like that. So I've been practicing these hammer-ons and pull-offs for, about 20 minutes, but let's just restart. So again, fingers 1 and 2. And then back up with the pull-off. There we go. Sucks that the stream dropped. But as they say, right, it's just more practice. So I'll try to get this hour in. Hopefully no internet drops. I was already practicing for 20 minutes, so let's see how we go. See how I am at the 40-minute mark, because that would be technically an hour. See how fatigued I am. If I can muscle through it. There we go. Okay. Now let's go back to the other end, and we're going to do the same thing, but with the first finger and the third finger. So index and ring finger. Skipping a fret. So we got a whole step. Keep going. Be patient with yourself. If you gotta take a second and warm up your hands or take a break, but keep going all the way to the end. All right. So that was with the first and the third finger. So now we're going to do the first and the fourth finger. So same thing, hammer-ons, pull-offs. Again, just because I'm going hammer-ons this direction and pull-offs that direction doesn't mean that you can't, switch it up and, maybe you want to do it a different way. Switch it up to trick the brain, something like that. Well, you could do, pull-offs going down and hammer-ons, coming back up, or, any of the exercises that I kind of teach, you can kind of adapt them and, do slight modifications, because anytime you modify one of the drills, it's going to trick the brain a little bit. Like, hey, we're doing something slightly different here. So it'll be beneficial if you want to switch it up and go a different direction or something like that. You know what I'm saying? All right, but now we're going to do 1-4. So this is a big stretch here. My fingers are still kind of adapting to getting the stretch. But it's just like a C chord at the beginning, right? That was almost impossible to reach. Or a G chord, really tough. Now it's not so bad. So also just practicing these stretches also. When you're doing these drills, it's really beneficial. Pinky's weak. It doesn't have enough power to really make it ring out. Almost need an amplifier so you guys can hear it. I can barely hear it, so I'm interested how this 1-4 combo is going to sound on the playback. Barely. So that's hammer-ons and pull-offs with 1 and 2, hammer-ons and pull-offs with 1 and 3. Then we just now finished off hammer-ons and pull-offs with 1 and 4. So now we're going to stick with hammer-ons and pull-offs. What do you think is going to be next? All right, so it's going to be the same thing, but with 2, 3. First, we're going to do 2 and 3. Then we're going to do fingers 2 and 4, right? You got to use all the different finger combinations. So that way you're building that muscle memory and getting an understanding of how to use all these fingers just as well, right? Not really neglecting this pinky, making sure this pinky is just as strong and just as strong of a link in the chain as your index finger is. And all the fingers, they all need to be. So that's why we're going to practice all the different combinations. So here we are with 2 and 3. Pull-offs and hammer-ons. It's monotonous, but I'm sure it has a benefit. We'll see in a couple weeks, right? A couple months. Since we're just now getting into these hammer-ons and pull-offs, we'll see in a month's time, around day 60 or so, how these hammer-ons and pull-offs are sounding, how I'm feeling with it, how quickly I can do it, how slow this is. We're almost 15 minutes in, and we haven't even finished the hammer-on pull-off drills. So I always like to look back and review. That's a big reason of starting this channel and starting, actually recording myself rather than just grabbing the guitar off the wall and just practicing, in silence. Record myself so that way I can look back on these 100 days and really see and hear how much I've improved. Because, 100 days is, not that much time when you really think about it. It goes by pretty quick. And I mean, there's 365 days in a year. So, it's barely a fourth of the year. If there were 400 days, just for easy math, 100 days is, 25% of the year. So it's just a little bit more than 25% of your year. So try to practice 100 days, see how good I am. Sorry. Need to be playing. And sometimes it can be hard to play and talk at the same time. Okay. That was with 2-3, fingers 2 and 3. So now we're going to go 2-4. So we're going to go these two fingers, 2 and 4. And again, just the hammer on, pull offs exercise. This pinky needs trained, needs disciplined. See how it's like so spread open like that? I wish it was like, it needs to be more like in, like that. But it's like bowed. It needs to be like this. Oh well. I don't remember where I was. Let's go back a step just in case. Man. All right. So that was 2-4 with the hammer-ons pull-offs. Now we're going to go into 3-4. So ring finger pinky with hammer-ons and pull-offs. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with me as we are just learning these hammer-ons and pull-offs and this technique. So be patient, but keep drilling it. You know, every couple days, make sure you're getting back into it. And then, yeah, let's do it. 3 and 4. Here we go. All these drills will help make you an overall better guitarist. So these will make all the songs come easier. Practicing all these various fundamental skills and drills rather than just learning, beginner style songs over and over and over again. And I'm just going to learn all the different exercises and a bunch of various drills and just get really, really comfortable with this thing. And then that way, when I go into playing songs, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm comfortable with holding the guitar. I'm comfortable with sliding. I'm comfortable with doing a hammer on, not, being years in and being like, oh, I've never even done a hammer on. So now you find a song that you like and you can't even play it. That's my thought process with this all, at least. So. These drills are nice too because the hammer-on pull-off drills, they really make you stay on like the tips of your fingers. You can't be slouched over or at a 45-degree angle or anything like that. No, you're at 90 degrees. So it's a really good drill for that because you should be at the tips of your fingertips, and you should also be aiming for, that metal bar that goes across there, that actual fret. If you're actually ringing it in here in the middle versus the fret, it actually sounds a lot better if you can get as close to that fret as possible. So this hammer-on pull-off drill also helps practice that accuracy of getting that finger to not touch in the middle, but to rather touch, right on that metal fret, metal bar going across there. So a lot of these drills obviously are beneficial on multiple levels. Beautiful. Way to go. Also, standing. Just another quick tip here. I've been standing now for 25 minutes plus the other 20 minutes that the internet cut out on. So legs are getting a little tired, but just a little quick tip. I used to practice always sitting down, and I just think it's important to make sure you're practicing standing up with the strap as well, because the way you move and slide up and down this neck, the fretboard is, a little different when it's not supported by anything and you have to hold it versus where it's on your knee and half of it's kind of supported already. So just something to think about. When I started standing up, I was like, whoa, 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 this is completely different. So yeah, make sure you're mixing that in as well. All right, so that completed everything with the hammer-on pull-off exercise that I know at the moment. So we did first and second finger, first and third finger, first and fourth finger. Then we did second and third finger, second and fourth finger. And then we did, lastly, the third finger and fourth finger. Just building up that dexterity, building up that muscle memory, and getting that familiarity with holding it, how to spread your fingers, real far versus real narrow down here. So that was the first half. Now we're going to transition into some slide walks here. So basically with slide walks, this is a new one for me as well. So it's pretty fun. I like learning these new exercises and drills. So real quick, while I'm on that topic, just quick shameless plug here. Please, if you haven't already subscribed to my content, please do so. So that way it's easier to find me, easier to go back and, figure out, how well did he get on the guitar? Well, subscribe to me so that way I'm easier to find. And then also leave a comment below and let me know, what you think about these exercise drills, or if you have some of your ideas of your own, please let me know about them, because I really do just like to, soak up as much information and knowledge as I can from everybody. And the comments below will get a community of like minds, speaking about the topic. So I would greatly appreciate some comments. And then also, if you could just, boop that like button to help a friend out, that's always greatly appreciated. Also, even if you don't like the video, just go ahead and boop it for me. Appreciate that. Thank you. Anyways, let's get back into it. As I was saying, we're transitioning into slide walks. So something with this that I've learned is I've never actually done this exercise drill yet, so bear with me here. But basically, we don't need to do it over every single fret like we do on some of the other drills. Maybe, like I said, I'm just learning this exercise, right now, basically. But you can go. I'm going to do it on all of the dots. So I'm going to go 3, 5, 7, 9, and 12. But first, just let me demonstrate how it works. So you're going to pluck it and slide. Return, pluck it, and slide the opposite direction. Go to the fifth string. Pluck it, slide, return. Pluck it, slide the other way. Next string. So we're doing these slides with one finger, and then we can go back also. Also, one thing to be mindful of when you're doing these slides, try not to just get inside the box here, but don't. Let me demonstrate poorly here. Don't just get inside the box here. Don't just get inside the box. What I'm trying to demonstrate, it's kind of hard with the camera angle, but get as close to that fret as you can. When you slide, make sure you slide and get as close to that fret as you can. Don't see how I stopped up here? That's in the middle of the fret. Not as professional or as accurate as I could be right there. So that's just something also to be mindful of. And with doing this exercise, that's what helps, build that foundation and be able to stop accurately each time once you're actually, playing for an audience. All right, so we went all the way down, came back up. Now we'll switch to just a different finger, ring finger. So that's the slide walk with only going 1 fret. Okay. Now we're going to do the slide walk going 1 fret again, but like I said, we're going to do it on the 3rd fret, the 5th fret, the 7th fret, the 10th fret, or the 9th fret, and the 12th fret as the home base. So you start there and you slide up, you return, slide down, slide up, slide down, slide up, slide down. Always returning to that home base. Okay, first with the index. Just a half step. Remember, use the tip of your finger. Pinky time. All right, now down to the 7th fret. And the reason why I pick these random spots and don't do it on every single one is because, this is the area that's going to be the furthest apart, and then they're going to get a little closer together as you go further and further down. But just for a slide walk drill, I just don't feel it's necessary to do it on every single one. And I just pick those couple spots just to get some different widths to kind of practice with and understand. But I don't need to drill them all, in my opinion. So now we're down on the 7th fret here. Start with the index finger. All right. So that is the exercise of slide walks, and that's just going one fret at a time, right? So now, backtrack. Let's go back up here to the 3rd fret. Let's use our index finger again just to start, one finger at a time. And now we're going to go 2 frets, right? First, we just did 1 fret to understand what it's like to slide just 1 fret away from each other, a half step. Now, let's see what it's like to slide 2 frets, skip 1, and land on the 2nd one, a whole step. Let's try to practice that in so that way we understand a little bit of what it's like to, move that distance. Okay, whole step, index finger. Now maybe go back up with the opposite finger this time. Just switching it up. Every single drill doesn't have to be the exact same way, right? I went back with the same finger, then down and up with the same finger, down and up with the same finger, down and up with the same finger on the previous drill. Now I'll go down with one finger, up on the other finger, down with one finger, up with the other. So. All right. The neck's getting in my way on that one. All right. All right, now let's go down to the 5th fret and do the same thing. Whole step. Now, other finger. Of course, the pinky is the hardest to control. See, it's hard to slide and stop exactly where you want to stop. So that's one of the main reasons for this exercise here. I play around, and slide and stuff and try to end the song and go, try to be all cool and stuff, and it's sloppy. So hopefully these little drills will help that and fine tune that. It'll also help stay on the pads, the very tips of the pads, the fingers, rather than being kind of cocked and lazy at like a 45-degree angle. So there's many things that this drill will help kind of improve. And so that slide walks there with going 2 frets. And now for the remainder of the time, we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to go 3 frets, right? So here on the 3rd fret, we can only go 3 frets this direction. If we go 3 frets this direction, we wouldn't have anything. So we'll just kind of, until we get down here to the other frets, we'll just go one direction. So let's start with the index finger. And again, we're going 3 frets this time. So a whole step, then a half step, or a half step, and then a whole step. But all at one time, all at one time. So practice 1 fret, now then 2 frets. Now we're going to practice 3 frets. Okay. Sometimes what I'll do in my head is I'll say the frets. So I'll be saying 3-6, 3-6, 3-6, 3-6, 3-6. Just so that way I'm understanding, I don't know, it helps build things on layers, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, just for me, counting things out also in my head allows me to look down and know, okay, that's 3 frets. Okay, that's what 3 frets feel like. Oh, okay, that's what 3 to 6 feels like. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what, 10 to 13 feels like. That's what 10 to 13, 10 to 13, 10 to 13. That's what 10 to 13 feels like. That's what 10 to 13. So you see what I'm saying? On like a subconscious level, all of this comes back into play. So 3-6, 3-6, 3-6. All right, now we're going to go down to the 5th fret. Now that we can go 3 frets in both directions, we will. So let's go with the index finger first. 3 this direction, 3 that direction. You got 5 to 8, 5-2. Let's go down to the 7th. 3 frets. So you got 7, 10, 7, 4. Seven, 10, 7, 4. 7, 10, 7, 4. 7, 10, 7, 4. 7, 10, 7, 4. 7, 10. Nine, 12, 9, 6. 9, 12, 9, 6. So we got 12 to 15, 12 to 9. 12, 15, 12, 9. 12, 15, 12, 9. 15, 12, 9. All right. So that's the slide walks with 3 frets there. So again, today was the first day really of hammer-ons, pull-offs, and slide walks. So thanks for bearing with me on that. Thanks for being patient with yourself as you were practicing those. And yeah, so the first half was hammer-ons and pull-offs. Second half was slide walks. And let's see, with today being the first time ever really doing that type of drill, those types of exercises, let's see, this is day 30. So let's see, around day 60, now that I'm starting to incorporate these types of exercises, how well am I performing on those types of things, in another month's time? Just in, the first 30 days, I can clearly see I've came a long way. So I'm excited to see where these hammer-ons and pull-offs and some of these other new exercises that I've been picking up and learning along the way on, just how great I'll be at those just in a short period of time, just staying consistent, right? So anyways, that's a wrap for today's practice, hour session there. So I just want to thank you all for joining me. I greatly do appreciate that. You can go ahead and click one of these floating videos on the screen here to watch another one of my practice sessions. And just real quick, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I would greatly appreciate that. It means the world to me to get my subscriptions up And also, please comment below. Get a community of people talking about guitar, talking about music. That would be greatly appreciated. And then always boot that like button for me. Thanks again. Peace out. Until next time. I love you all. Peace.